Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from Bermuda, Jamaica. Come on, pretty mama. And wherever you are tuning in from around the world, thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about what coin is next. We've had two meme coins, bang, bang. Both were unexpected. And is there more coming? There are some rumors of more coming, what chains they might be listed on, and that what could that mean for that chain. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. We've got a whole bunch of other charts and news to get into. But before we do that, you know what I'm going to say next? Smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, as does all of your amazing comments that help support the channel. You take the time to write them. I take the time to read them. And the questions that you ask, I do get back to those as soon as I am able to. However, if you'd like more immediate access and engagement with me, you can find me in the Stocks with Josh Discord. Now, where do you find that? I'm so glad you asked. Right underneath here in the description of this video, you might need to click the more button that can pop out there, and you'll see there are some links there for the Discord. I'd love to see you in there. Now, of course, we have all kinds of great channels in there, a stocks channel. I'm in the crypto channel there daily with some of the most amazing people on the planet. The meme coin channel, aka the party zone, and boy, has it been the last couple of days, as well as my own Crown Traders channel, where I share education, insights, resources, some of my trade setups, which I'm going to show you in a couple in a moment, as well as entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? All right, let's jump into it. And first of all, it's what meme coin is next. What meme coin is next? Here is the family tree. And certainly I would guess if there was one that's going to come next, it's going to be the Baron coin. Now, there is a Baron coin out there. It's not been verified as officially, but there are rumors that it is actually Baron's coin. But there are no verifications of this, so be very careful. I know I am not buying any. I have not allocated any resources for that. I did try to buy some Melania coin at $2 on Phantom, but of course the Solana network was congested, and so Phantom was not operational. And so, you know, Bitcoin's too slow, Ethereum's too expensive, Solana gets too congested. What's the answer? Probably Sui there, and I did give a Sui trade there in the Discord. As you can see here, where's the Sui trade? There it is there in the Discord at $4.36, and went all the way up to $4.85. I think it's come back to about $4.60. So if you got in that trade in the Discord, you would be up, because people are realizing that Sui is the real deal and the best L1 blockchain on the planet right now, in my opinion. I also did give in the Discord a $24 Trump order. It got hit. And I was like, well, let's see what happens. And I woke up and it was $75, $76. I took all the profits out on that one. That turned out to be a good decision. And then yesterday I was in the Discord trading it there, sharing all my trades in there, getting in and out of. I actually did 9 trades on Trump. 2 of them I got stopped out on at $7 loss. I lost $2 on one of them, $5 on the other one, because I looked to stop out at the place that I entered. I teach these on my videos. And then I had 7 nice winning trades there, all within an hour's time frame. And then I had to go to sleep. Okay, so I would say Baron. Now, what chain is this Baron coin going to be released on? Maybe it's already out there. However, Trump's World Liberty Fi just spent $20 million USD to buy more Ethereum. They've been buying Link, they've been buying Aave, I think they've been buying ENS, maybe a couple of others. Keep an eye on that, because those coins could really have some good upside at some point. We'll see, although I'm not big fans of any of them at the moment, and I don't have any holdings. I don't have any plans to buy any of those tokens there, and we'll cover that on another show. But of course, hearing rumors that Baron Trump will launch on Sui, so maybe that isn't his coin. Right now, we're going to go with it. It's not his coin, because from the official channels, they verified that the Trump token was was verified as official, and that Melania token was verified as official. There was a coin also launched yesterday or the day before, the Elon official coin, which wasn't an official Elon token. Honestly, there are about 50 or 100 Elon tokens out there, so be very careful. Nothing official there. This Baron token that's out there, not being verified as official. So is it going to launch on Solana? If it launches on ETH or on Sui, it'll be very, very interesting to see what happened. And it would be wild if that Baron token out there turns out to be to actually be Baron's token, but it seems as that's not the case as of right now. It would be very unusual for them to come many, many days after the fact to say, oh yeah, that's his token. FYI, I'm not thinking that. We'll see. Okay, and then of course we do have the situation where they've got all these ETH addresses. Now it's possibly they're just protecting them. Okay, so a lot of people going, oh, the next meme coin is going to be on ETH, or are they just protecting other people from taking those and then fraudulently trying to get money and scam and whatever? So I'm going to lean, although they have been buying a lot of ETH. Okay, so you could put two and two together. Will they launch a meme coin on Ethereum? That would probably send ETH berserk. Am I buying any ETH? Absolutely not, because the ETH Foundation keep minting tokens and dumping it on its holders. I do have an ETH. That's all I've got left. I sold my ETH for 3,400 when Sui was like under $1, and I poured it all into Sui, and then Sui went up 500% and ETH went down since then. So that was a very, very good decision. So maybe I'll add to my ETH holdings on Tuesday, just as a bit of a hedge that if ETH does skyrocket, because if they launch a meme coin on ETH, it's going to go berserk. And even with these ETH addresses and that they're buying ETH as their portfolio, it'll be very, very interesting there. So it's just something to keep an eye on there with that. And then, of course, as far as Bitcoin goes, we've got the mother of all bullish engulfing candles. Now, we saw, and we'll look at the charts in a moment, what happened there when there was a bearish engulfing candle. There was a big drop. And so I'm expecting a big pump. Remember, I told you here, number one, I said the Bitcoin I felt was going to come back and retest 100K, the top of the old range, which was 90K to 100K, to retest the top of that range. We traded in that range for a couple of months. Then I said that I felt that that would hold there. Of course, there was always a possibility that it could wick down or come back into the range, but I just felt we'd been in that range enough. We'd accumulated in that range enough there. And then I think now we're in the new range. Let's see what happens there. Although, interesting to see what happens, because a lot of people are pinning their hopes on a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Maybe if that doesn't go ahead, we're just going to come back into the range again and get a huge jump off, huge sell off. I'm not sure. But if then it says we get a Bitcoin strategic reserve, I think we're going to have a big pump and we could see that 120K. And I have said I felt that Bitcoin will at least hit 120,000 in by the month of February. So it could happen before, could happen in February, but at least 120K by the month. So bookmark that and let's see if I'm right. If you think I'm right, why don't you put in the comments saying, yeah, I think that's going to happen, 120K in between now and the end of February. If you think that I'm wrong, I'd like to know why and what you think. I'm interested to hear other people's thoughts on that. We'll take a quick look at the Sui chart and the Trump chart as well as Bitcoin. But let's look at Bitcoin first and foremost. So this is what happened. So I did share just the other day that I felt that we were going to see this pullback to this area here, and that's exactly what we saw. So exactly what I said is exactly what happened. A pullback and a retest. You can go back to the video just literally 2 days ago where I shared this. 100K and a retest there, because it also retested the 20 EMA on the daily on the button. So we just came in. That was just a beautiful retest there. It was a little bit of a fake out, shake out, breakout. So of course, now what I also said in the last video was for 108K to break, we'd need a few more goes at it, okay? So we've got 1, 2, a couple of goes, 3 goes here. We need a few more goes at it. Usually we see 6 or 7 times before breaking through. So you can see here, we had numerous times to get through this level. There's numerous candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, bang on the 9th candle, we were up and off to the races, okay? So you can kind of see that it just weakens it the more times it really hits into it. And that would be the same from the downside as well. So if we start to see a lot of downward pressure on here, on the 100K level, then we could obviously see it bust back into it there as well. But what we want to see is we want to see a new range created. Right now, it's 100 to 108K. That's the range that we're currently in. We may not stay in it for very long. We could come back, and it may just be another deviation and come back into that 90 to 100K range. We could bust above and not stay in this range for very long, because you can see below, if we zoom out for the monthly, and we see this beautiful bullish engulfing candle. Now, of course, the month hasn't closed, so it's not quite, we can't quite yet say it's a bullish engulfing candle. But if this candle closes bullish engulfing candle, February is going to be like an absolute rocket ship there. So you can kind of see how we didn't really stay this. We from 73K through to 90, there's just really fresh air in there. And if we did see a drop down there, now obviously, if we don't see that retested in the bull market, it doesn't have to be. It seems very clear to me that once we get down to this and we're coming down into the bear market, boom, this would be wiped. We would just come straight down to 73.69, which I feel is going to be the bottom of the bear market right now. That's what I'm predicting at the moment, because I am expecting Bitcoin to get to 150, 160, 170. If it doesn't get as high as that, I may change my thesis on that, but we'll leave that for a moment. There's a lot of people going, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to 42 or whatever. But, history says that it doesn't go below ever the low of the election week, which was 66,800 and change. So that's something to keep in mind as well. That would be breaking history. Okay, so let's just have a look at that. So we kind of wiped through that. So we didn't stay in this range here very long. You can say we've stayed in this range for a couple of months there. And so as you can see that. Now, of course, there is some bearish divergence, both on the daily and the weekly time frame. So we'll just see what plays out there. Because we have seen that with some other coins, and it has played out. It doesn't always have to play out, and it can take a while to play out. But you can see there's a high and there's a lower high, but we have a higher high in price. So just very interesting. And even from this candle, we have a higher price and then a low. So we actually have multiple bearish divergences on the weekly. Doesn't mean that the bull market is over, by the way. That could take time to play out. It could take a number of weeks or months to actually play out, and then we see a big crash down in March or April is what I'm thinking, before the sell in May and go away, and we kind of see two big pumps, and we see a pullback for May and June, then a pump for July, August, a top in August or September, and then we're done, I think. Possibly October, November, some people are saying, but we'll see what happens. There's a lot of months to go, and so I'll keep you in the loop of my thoughts on that. Bitcoin dominance, again, is peaking, and so that is bullish, and that's why we've seen altcoins really taking a hammer. But what happened to altcoins? When's altcoin season? We need to see this break down. There was a couple of fake outs, one fake out, two fake outs, a little bit of a fake out there, but then it didn't. It wicked below, and now we're back above all of the major moving averages on the daily. So that's not great for altcoins right now, except it might be a good time to accumulate some for the final time, because historically February and March has been rocket ship time for altcoins the year after the halving. Okay, so I am still, I gave all these wonderful entries on the altcoins. I did an altcoin video, and I covered I feel like 20 over a couple of days, and I put all those in the Discord. It was Solana was down like at $180, and then went up to $290. So if you got those trades, you're making money. But if you're not buying the fear, why aren't you buying the fear? Sell the greed, buy the fear. I am fearful when others are greedy. And by the way, the market just went into extreme greed. Okay, that's why I'm selling my Solana at 290. Okay, and then I'll look to buy back, and the extreme fear, or the fear of the extreme fear. So I'm very fearful when others are greedy, and I'm very greedy when others are fearful. Of course, in a bull market, you don't want to be trying to catch a falling knife there. Okay, so that's Bitcoin dominance. Too far there. Yes, let's go to the yellow brick road. We're always very interested to follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And as always, he comes through. Because look, show me the money. Bitcoin says, show me the money. And there we go, up to, I told you, actually, just over the last couple of weeks, we saw this liquidation up above, and I said, they're going to come back and get that at 108 and 109. And they absolutely did. Okay, so that came to pass. So you can see on the 12 hours, the liquidity is above. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a pump to a new all-time high of 110,000 on the inauguration. As that starts to take place, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a massive pump to 110, maybe 113. Again, the liquidity is mostly below, but watch out. You better watch out. See, if 100K is the bottom of the range now and 108 is the top, then we're trading in this range here, and there is liquidity at 100K. We go to the 48-hour there, and of course, yep, there's liquidity up at 110 and down below at 100. Could it be more obvious? Yes, I'm sure there's a song there related. Again, same thing, 110 and 100. There you go. And this is on coinglass.com. It's also a free app as well. This gets interesting because you do see as you get to the bigger time frame of the week, there's a chunk of liquidity down there, 95, 96 back in the old range that is lower. So there's still a possibility that we go there now, but at some point the market makers leave that liquidity behind and maybe come back and get it later in the bull market or in the bear market. You can see there's quite a bit down there in that area. So I'm mostly focused right now on the range. I changed level to level, and we're in the range of that 100 to 108K. And so if we break back into the range, there we go. There's that liquidity there. I've been watching all along, 289 million, so many levels, 119 million, 225 million, probably about $1 billion worth around the 86K level. So if we were to see a tumultuous crash late January or early February, that is the level that I'm looking out for there. But of course, we do have all those wonderful moving averages for Bitcoin. Of course, they've just keep going up and keep going up. We go to the daily, actually. We see there's the 100. It's up at 89. The 200 actually is coming up to 80. So that could be up at 86 at some point. And of course, the 200 simple is down at 75. So those are the three moving averages I'm looking at. And of course, the 50-day moving average is now at 98, and that's strong support. And the 20 EMA on the daily is at 99,000, providing that support so far. You can see how that 20 EMA has been quite good. We've kind of respected it. And I wonder if this tribal trades trend that would take us through that 113,000 level. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually got up there today to grab all the rest of that liquidity up there. Is it going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news, what kind of bullish narratives are going to come out of there? So we'll wait and see, but I wouldn't be surprised if we came back to at least retest the bottom of the range at some point. We came back down again, maybe after tagging 113, and we see a deviation outside of the range here. We come up and tag the tribal trades trend line, one line to rule them all, and then come back down. Now, I did promise that we would look a little bit of Sui here, so we are going to quickly look at the Sui chart and the Trump chart and a couple of things. So I gave that entry at 37, 36, so we saw that entry down here. We saw it rocket ship up all the way up to $4.85 here. Now it is in a little bit of a pullback. I'll be looking at a re-entry at around $4.48 or back to the 20 EMA on the daily at $4. At $4. That was $4.48 and then $4.38 there now. I would be looking at entries for there. And then obviously for the Trump coin, for those of you thinking, I want to get on the Trump coin, maybe I can. There, of course, I gave this entry at 24 dollars. That ended up being an absolute cracker of a trade. I actually got out right at 76, unbelievable. But it's just obvious. There's there's just rejections there at the top. And then, we have some levels that we're going to look at here. So as you can see here, I've quickly done these Fibonacci just for the sake of time here, but you've got 36 at the bottom of the range, 77 at the top. Very simple. Middle of the range is 57. Right, now we're down at 50, so we're below this Fibonacci of 52. So the next entries there is going to be around 46, maybe a little bit below. You can see these a little bit below there at 44, 45, 46 kind of area. But if we do come below that level rejected resistance, then it's going to be 36. So my entries right now are going to be around 46 and $36. Have a stop loss there at 46 in case we come down to 36. And of course, my original entry is down at 24, although I think there'd be some pretty support before that up at around $32 area. Sorry, what do we got there? Yeah, around that $32 area there. All right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm going to be sharing a whole bunch more in the Discord today, and so come join me in there. And of course, until the next episode, happy trading.